Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan Little for PokerNews.com. I'm here today with one more hand from this $1,000 buy-in Party Poker Live tournament that I played recently. Let's get right to it. Here we have Jack 10 of diamonds playing 82 big blinds deep on the button. I'm going to raise this every time. Did I say Jack 10 of diamonds? This is Jack 10 offsuit. This is not Jack 10 of diamonds. I wish it was Jack 10 of diamonds. I'm going to play Jack 10 offsuit anyway. And now elusive aggressive player in the big blind calls. Okay? Flop comes King 7-3. This is a situation where I'm going to be betting with my entire range using a small bet size. Now, I'm sure from a GTO point of view, I should check behind here every once in a while with my hands that just have no potential to improve. But I think you're going to find that most people fold just a little bit too often. And if they fold even just a little bit too often, it allows you to continuation bet way more often. So I'm going to be betting this Jack 10 using a smallish size that is going to try to get hands like Queen High to fold and get maybe even Ace High to fold and get stuff like 9-8 to fold that may bluff me on the turn, right? If it goes check on the flop, because if it goes check on the flop, my opponent's going to be sitting there with 9 high and feel compelled to bluff with it, and I'm going to have to fold, right? So I like betting in this scenario, about 800. Opponent calls, and, well, before the turn card even comes, go ahead and think about what you would continue betting on. Which cards would you keep betting on? Take a second, think about it. If you're watching this on YouTube, type it in the comment section below. I can already tell you, I'm definitely going to keep betting on an ace, because I could have a lot of aces in my range. I'm also going to keep betting on a queen, because it gives me an open-ended straight draw. Same story for a 9, and same story for an 8. Those give me gut shot straight draws. Does 9 give me a double gut shot? 7, 8, 9, 10 jack. 9, 10 jack, queen, king. Yeah, so 9 is really good. So I'm going to continue betting on an ace, a queen, a 9, or an 8. And all the other cards I'm going to be giving up on. And you're going to find that when you do bet the flop with a wide range, the best hands to keep bluffing with on the turn are the ones that pick up additional equity. And if you continue betting with all of your bluffs, you're going to find that you just have way too many bluffs in your range, and then all your opponent has to do is call down with stuff like ace high, and they're going to crush you. I actually discussed this thoroughly over at my training site, pokercoaching.com, in the homework challenges, where every month I present a scenario like this one, where I ask the students, what is your pre-flop raising range? Okay, let's say we raise, our opponent calls, flop comes King 7-3, opponent checks, what's our strategy? I already told you I'm betting everything. That would be the answer. Now on the turn, our opponent checks, what is our strategy? Which hands are we going to continue betting on the 8th turn? Notice here, if I had Queen 10, I would not keep betting. If I had Queen Jack, I would not keep betting. But if I had Jack 10, I would. If I had Jack 9, I would. And if I had 10-9, I would. And if I had 9-6, I would, right? So that's generally going to be a strategy that's usually pretty close to acceptable. And you have to realize, whenever you're playing poker, you're not trying to play like a perfect GTO robot because, well, that's impossible. And also because I realize a lot of you have not devoted the last 15 years of your life to poker, and you're also not studying 12 hours a day every day, right? We are mere humans, and I realize a lot of you are playing for a hobby and because you just like the game, right? And I want to make sure that you know implementable systems that allow you to make a reasonable play in every scenario you're in. You're going to find that if you make the best play or the second best play all the time, you're going to be better than the vast majority of players you play against. And that is what I help my students do over at pokercoaching.com. Again, head right over there. Check out one of the challenges. It's available right there in the free trial membership for you. All right, so anyway, I'm going to keep betting. Pot's 3,600. I'm going to make a sizable bet at this point. Whenever you do get to the turn, it means your opponent's range has gotten a little bit stronger, which means I don't need to be betting all the time, which, like I told you, I'm giving up with some of my unpaired hands here. But when you are betting, you want to keep betting, usually with a large-ish size, because now I'm betting with basically a king and better for value. So I'm betting with any king, maybe not the bad kings, maybe not king 2, king 4, king 6, probably king 9 or better, though. And I'm betting 8-7. Betting pocket 8s if I had it, clearly. Betting the sets if I had them. So that's going to roughly be my betting range. I probably still have actually too many bluffs if I am bluffing with exactly those hands given that strategy I outlined before. But it's fine to bluff a little bit too often, especially if they all have equity. So anyway, I bet 2,000. And now My opponent raises to 7,000. How do you feel about this? Take a second, think about it. What would you do in this scenario once you bet and get raised? Well, it's an easy fold. We don't have anything. When you're betting in this spot and you have one of the worst draws in your range, just fold. Say I had 9-5 of diamonds. I would bet it and I would fold. Now, if I had 9-5 of clubs, which we could, I would then call. I'd put in 5 into a pot that's going to be 17. So I'm not quite getting the right immediate odds, but if a club comes on the river or I make a straight, you can pretty much count on the rest of the opponent's money going in the pot. And then we're going to stack them, right? So if I had a better draw here, if I had an open-ended straight draw or a flush draw, I would continue. If I had a king, what would I do? If I had king 9, it's a dicey spot. Given it is one of the worst value hands I have, it's probably fine to just fold. If I had 2 pair, I would not fold. If I had set, I'd not fold. If I had king, queen, that's probably where it starts to get a little bit close. Given I have my opponent labeled as a loose aggressive player, I'm going to be less inclined to fold to him than I would a known player or a tighter player. But that's generally going to be my strategy here. So we make the easy fold in this spot. Notice we're not getting the right odds to draw to a gut shot. In this scenario, we have to put in 5 to win 17. So we're getting 3.5 to 1 pot odds. But we need additional money to go into the pot. Is that 3.5 to 1 pot odds? Anyway, we need to win 30%. We're not going to win anywhere near that. And we can only get 16,000 more into the pots on the river. So you can't call with gut shots, but you can call with open-ended straight draws, and you can call with flush draws. And by the way, if you do miss on the river and the opponent checks, you probably want to be betting because if you think about it, we still have sets in our range here. We still have 2 pairs in our range, and those hands are almost certainly good. So if we have those hands in our range, we get to bluff sometimes. And if you're only calling the raise with the pretty good draws, it's fine to bluff with at least some of them. In this scenario, though, we just get out of the way. So that's going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed this hand. If you did, let the people at Poker News know on Twitter at Poker News, and let me know on Twitter at Jonathan Little. There I post lots of free strategy videos, articles, tools that will help you play better in live poker and online poker. And I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, let me know. I want to do everything in my power to help you be the best poker player you can be. So, utilize me on Twitter at Jonathan Little. Thanks a lot. Good luck in your games, and I will talk to you next week.